and again, how do we use process journal in process portfolio? So I understand that somebody was asking about NYP arts, performing arts, whether I'll be covering it or not. See, basically, NYP art expectations are same. So when I'll talk about role of process journal in NYP arts, it's going to cover up your basic expectations as performing arts as well. Only thing what will change is instead of visual records, you'll be actually considering it as your other audio records and video records. So Ashika, should we begin or we'll wait for some more time?
It's only 5:25.
Actually, it's 5 more minutes.
5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just if anybody wants to ask any questions before we start,
Yeah.
a burning question, you can ask so that we can address it during this session. You can unmute yourself and then ask your question.
I think it will be a good idea for us to know how many teachers of visual arts are there and how many music and performing arts. So we are able to introduce ourselves in the chat and which subject we teach. That might be helpful.
Okay, so you can put it on the chat. I have not disabled chat. Everybody can chat.
It's disabled.
Wait. Okay. Have a look now.
Thank you. I can see it now. Also, I want to know the session also addressing how the visual arts journal is changing with learning going online. So it'll be good if we all can address that and share our best practices on how we are taking the process journal online.
Yeah. You mean from sketchbooks to the digital?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're working.
Yes. Yes. I think most of the people are from visual arts background. Yep. Performing arts.
So 1 more minute and then we can start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. You want me to share the PowerPoint?
Yes, yes. Guys, I'll be taking you through the PowerPoint first, and in between, we'll just start sharing our practices. But I thought, first let me just go through with few slides, and then we can start sharing our practices. Hope it's fine with everybody. Ashika, can you just?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Visible?
Okay. So yes, it's visible. Okay. So the role of the process journal in arts. So basically, what is process journal? Process journal is a visual written record of learners' approach towards their process of art making and development as an artist. It's your ongoing learning tool which you use in your classes, regardless whether it is visual arts or performing arts. It is a working document which supports students' independent, informed investigation and studio practices. So it doesn't just records your experimentation, but it also records your critical investigations, your mind mapping, your experimentation into this particular journal. So it's a source of evidence for NYP Arts for all four criteria and DB process portfolio in the later years. So NYP criteria, as you're aware, that they are knowing and understanding, developing skills, thinking creatively, and responding. All four objectives are very much evident in the process of, in your process journey. So this process journal, when students are working upon it, of course, it also helps students to develop their ATL skills as well, because that happens very naturally through the process. Next one.
Okay.
So why do we need process journal?
Sorry.
No issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do we need process journals? So basically to encourage personal investigation into arts. IB Arts values the process of creating artwork. It doesn't focus only on your final artwork. It's very important for students themselves also to know what kind of process they have gone through before creating their final product. So process is very important. And hence, we are encouraging our kids, students to work upon their process journals. So it engages learners in the process of creative exploration and their self-discovery through various medium materials what they discover or experiment with. It helps making purposeful connections between investigation and practices. So it's not about you have planned 4 different tasks for 4 different objectives and students are doing independent tasks and they're dealing with tasks individually. At the end of it, you have your planned objective for your unit, and hence you have planned your tasks accordingly. And these tasks are derived from your objectives. So students need to show how have they made those connections throughout the process, and that is recorded in your process. How does this look? Now, I think Preeti was asking about how whether we are going to cover up digital media or not in this session. So yes, there are different ways of working with process training. For NYP, considering your e-portfolios, yes, we are training our students to go ahead with digital e-portfolios because that's a requirement of submission. So we are training our students with the digital forms, but process journal doesn't have any prescribed format given by IB as such. So it's like a sketchbook which contains photos, annotations, your written notes, your investigation, experiments, postcards. your exhibition brochures, if you have taken students for some performing art performances outside. So your visit notes basically will be also recorded. If you have organized any workshops for students or have taken students somewhere out for the workshop, those records will also go in your process journal. So mind maps, exploration of ideas, your analysis of different art pieces, your refining of artwork process, your visual records of observation. For performing art people, you can actually have some performances recorded. If you're working on the digital copy of it, a video recording of it, a process journal with the video records, you can do that as well. It also consists of your research works, your critics, and many more such things which any art learner will go through in the process of. So process journal is a working document which does not have any specific prescribed format by IB as of now, but it could be a digital copy or a hardbound sketchbook. And then later stage, you may pick up pieces, pages, screens from this sketchbook, hardbook, and create your digital copy. So it's up to you. How do you prefer? Like some schools start working straight away with the digital books. Their students experiment in books. They take the pictures of it and then straight away upload those pictures, scan those pictures and upload it on digital. And instead of writing, instead of handwritten annotations, they do annotations digitally on Google Slides or any other media. Later on, I have a slide on presentation, so that time we'll talk about it more. But if you're keen on working with sketchbook, I recommend go for A3 size, your normal landscape book, because that's pretty easy to work on different layouts because of the space. And when you convert it on your slides, your transition from hard copies to the digital also makes it little convenient for you in terms of presentation part of it. Ashika, can we move on to the next slide? So, as I said, that it's a self-maintained record of progress that students are made throughout from point A to point D. We make sure that our tasks are focused upon our objectives. So, but obvious as a teacher, as an examiner, when we look at our students' pieces, what we look at is the evidences for these objectives. So, if we go through our objectives, it's clear that when we talk about, for example, when we talk about criterion A, demonstrate knowledge and understanding of the art form studied, including concept processes and the use of subject terminology. Now, but obvious, the evidence will be recorded in your tasks. And if those tasks are collectively put in your process journal, it kind of shows a continuation of that student learning in that one document. So it's better to have all your documents recorded together in your process journal. So for the media for documenting the process can vary depending on student preferences. It can be a written, visual, audio, or a combination of both. So my students prefer working with a combination of both. So what they do is they record their recordings in their drama and music classes. They record their videos and then they embed it separate. Now, because 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't go to IB as an e-portfolio, it is absolutely fine to have these combinations for visual art as well. If I'm conducting any workshop and students want to incorporate those videos in it, I do allow them to use it until grade 9. But yes, for grade 10, when I'm submitting my e-portfolio, of course, I do not have that option. Because if I choose option of going ahead with A4 size 30 pages, then it doesn't allow me to embed videos into it. But yes, performing arts people can definitely think about it to continue as audio recording or a video process portfolio. So student must show evidence of regular use of the process journal. So it cannot be something where students update or upgrade their process journals towards the end of the unit. because the whole purpose of working with the process is lost over there. The whole idea of working with the process journal is documenting your regular experiences on regular basis. Because what you have experienced in a particular task or in particular activity, it's difficult to document it and feel the same way after 8, 10 days and sit and do the documentation of it. So the best practice is make students sit back every day. You can give 5 to 10 minutes after your classes or before your class ends, and you can ask them to just put some bullet points about their experience of that day. And then later on, they can go home and work upon their process journal refining part of it. But it's important that they at least annotate their experiences, their learning experiences on that day itself. So legibility is very, very important. The recording of critical and creative thinking and reflection is important rather than focusing more upon presentation at this stage. I'm talking about over here majorly working with the process journal and not the submission portfolios. Of course, when it's time to submit the portfolios, we ensure that uh, presentation is also considered. But when they are working on their regular process journal, yes, students need to focus more upon their creative thinking, their critical thinking, their reflections, their experimentations, their
1 minute.
overall learning experience.
Shamal, 1 minute. I'm getting
Yeah.
a message over here that remaining time is only 9:22. Okay, minutes. So
Why?
if this
Okay.
goes off, because it's just a
Okay.
40-minute session. Na? If this goes off,
Yeah.
use the same link and come back again. Okay.
Okay.
Instructions.
Because it's just Shika 540.
Yeah, but then this is from my personal email ID, so I don't have more than 40 minutes this
Okay.
time. Okay. And
So we'll rejoin with the same.
We rejoin with the same invite. Okay.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So moving ahead. Next slide, please. So why do we need process journal in NYP?
Which one was it? This one.
Sorry, the next one.
This one. This, right?
1 second, I can't see it. Why am I not able to see this?
1 minute.
The process journal. Next
wait.
Slide after that.
Yeah. My laptop is giving me trouble. Oh God. Wait.
I think I better continue with it. I can talk about it. Because anyways, we'll share those slides with everybody later.
Yeah.
Till then you fix it. Okay. So encourages and records experimentation, critical creative thinking. That's the role of process journal and the whole purpose of it. Now, you may choose to use the same art process journal across the several art subjects. Now, some schools, they continue with the same process journal for all 2 arts, performing arts as well as visual arts. So it's up to you and your school what you prefer. The whole idea is basically to show continuity in your arts program. So a practice that may contribute to students' ability to see the transference of processes across the arts discipline, whether it is your visual arts or your performing arts, our objectives are same. So you can continue with the same book, same digital book. It's up to you. Ensure that the arts, what happened? You moved on to some other slide, Ashika. Hello?
This one?
No, go below
that. Excuse me, ma'am, this is Vinod here.
Yes.
Yeah, Vinod?
Ma'am, but in visual art, sound is not considered, right? As far as
no, that's what I said, that in visual arts, Sound is not considered. I'm talking about video. And when I spoke about audio, that's for performing arts.
Okay.
Music, particularly music and theater, drama.
Which page are you looking at?
6.
Sixth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This
Yeah.
one, right?
My connection is unstable, so you will have to go to 6.
Yeah, it's coming. But
Yeah.
then we may, this one?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so ensure that the art process journal is not just a diary of events. I mean, I know that many people prefer maintaining it like a diary, that this is the date, this is what we worked upon today, and this activity was conducted in the class. It's up to you, but ensure that it should not look like a diary. You're just not annotating or you're just not recording what you have done today, but you are more of recording what is that student as an art learner has evolved over, or what was the artistic intention processes accomplished during that journey of your class. So basically, don't have just the daily entries of what task was done, but record the artistic processes in your process journal. So, because as I said earlier, that the evidences support your all four objective, it is important that it's not a daily entries, but it is more of your process. Ashika, let's move to the next. So, Ashika,
This one, no? Mind mapping tools.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, I've moved.
yeah. Okay, so as I said, that we'll be working upon some mind mapping tools. In our process journal, what I've done on this slide is I have suggested some mind mapping tools which can be easily available online, and you can introduce these to your students to try it out. Since we are moving from sketchbook to the digital book, we are also training our students to use different tools to come up with various visuals for their mind mapping or recording their processes. So as a instructor, as a facilitator, as a teacher, it is our job to introduce them to different tools. So what I've done is I've suggested some tools which you can try it out with your class. I've also shared Tony Buzan's video over here on mind mapping, where he talks about how and what is the role of mind map and how does it works in terms of using branches, using colors. So you can actually listen to his video. It's really helpful. So I've suggested some tools like Coggle. Coggle is an online mind map tool. It's kind of your Chrome extension, and it's quite useful for using colors in your mind map. And Mind Mappil is an app which allows you to use clip arts and visuals. It allows you to add a lot of visuals in your mind map rather than just the text around. And you can also share it via Google Drive, so your students can actually do a group activity with the mind map. In fact, you can use it now for your online classes. The few more suggestions: text to mind map, sketchboard,
Okay,
creately
we
organizer.
1 minute. We just have less than a minute, and we will go back. Matlab, the screen will close. Please come
Huh.
back using the same link. Please come back using the same link.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think should we just then end it here and then I'll go to the next link.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is just the slide what people can see it, because after Creately, a graphic organizer maker is the last one, and then you people can of course browse a lot of graphic organizer templates online.
Okay, so I'm ending the meeting and then we come back again.